She's beauty and she's grace, and hopefully will be Miss United States. Please welcome beauty queen Nikolina Vujcic. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome to my home. I'm great. How are you?
Good. I love it here. It's so cozy.
Right? Does it remind you of
My Bubba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm super excited about this conversation because I don't know anyone who's a beauty queen other than you. And I only imagine that it's quite a journey from the beginning to the end, and I would love to hear that story. But first, let's start from the beginning. Aw, cutie patootie.
That is me.
So when did you start pageants? Did you start when you were really little?
I did. I started a really small teeny pageant when I was still a baby. I had a black eye in one of them, and my tata took me, and my mom was, I think, probably worried about how he was going to handle me. But I ended up winning that one. I think it was out of pity. But regardless, I still won. And then after that, I took a break until I won Malamis Ogadala. And that was more of a serious, they asked you a question on stage. They took pictures of you, saw how well you did in front of a camera. And then from there, just kind of sparked an even bigger interest that later started again when I turned 16.
So what made you continue on?
I think once I saw the benefits that came out of what it means to be in a pageant when you're older, but also being younger, that kind of confidence that's instilled in you when you're doing something like pageants is something that helps you in the long run with your future endeavors. And especially when I got older and first time in bigger competitions like the Miss USA system and Miss Collegiate America system, they instill new levels of confidence and new ideals that you take again with you. And so pageantry has really evolved from just beauty to also brains and ambition and goals. And it's something that kind of keeps me pushing and makes me want to keep doing better for myself. And so everyone wins in the end. And even if I don't necessarily win the title, I've either left with friends or I've left with new lessons learned. Or
and the whole experience. I can only imagine telling your kids Mommy was in pageants.
Exactly. I mean, you can't beat the feeling of wearing a beautiful beaded dress with your hair and makeup done. You feel so beautiful, but it's not only about the beauty that's on the outside. There's so much more to it.
Totally. Škola, what have you been up to?
I'm going to be a labor and delivery nurse out of school. I go to Loyola Chicago. After my undergrad, I would like to go back to graduate school, become a nurse practitioner, get my DMP so that in the long run I can eventually teach in a university setting, but also most importantly open up my own fertility clinic.
Nice.
So my goal is to go into women's health and fertility.
Cool. Did you do any extracurriculars at Loyola?
Cheerleading. Cheerleading's, obviously cheerleading's like one of my biggest ambitions at my school other than my academics. But also there's a Serbian student organization that I was on the founding board for, which I was lucky that some of the people I grew up with kind of had me on board for that. I also take part in an organization called A Moment of Magic, which is where people dress up as princesses or magic makers and go to children's hospitals and visit children there.
Aww.
So that kind of aligns the whole.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's more so fulfilling, if anything.
Right.
And then, back to cheerleading. I love being a rambler, so.
It's Miss Teen USA Displays. Is this when you got back into pageantry, full force?
Yes, 2021 was when I did the USA system. Right now I'm in the Collegiate America system, or Miss High School America organization. And this is when I started taking it really, really seriously.
You mentioned systems. What's the difference?
So how I compare it is there's sports brands, right? So there's Nikes, there's Adidas, there's Under Armour. Those are all different sportswear systems or brands.
Yeah.
And in pageantry, there's the USA system, the Miss High School America system, the National American Miss system. There's just different brands of pageants that you can choose to be a part of. And so right now I'm in the Miss High School America organization that really focuses on academics, community service. There's a national platform called BRAVE, which stands for Building Respect and Values for Everyone, that they really want us to shed light on and bring attention to as a title holder. So right now I just felt like this aligned more with where I am in life. And then eventually I'll hop back to the USA system and hit that running as well.
So you mentioned the Miss Illinois Collegiate pageant. Now, wow. Yes. All right now. So are these like modeling photos like after you win kind of thing?
Yeah, so usually after you win the title, you do kind of like a first photo shoot, and obviously as a title holder and just in the age we are in now, social media is a huge part of it. And so those shoots really go for social media, making sure you're presenting yourself a certain way that aligns with the organization. And it's just good to be able to have cool pictures to look back on of your accomplishments. And so we work closely with photographers in Illinois, and luckily get these beautiful pictures.
So can you tell me the process of like signing up for a pageant, what happens first, next, like the whole shebang, right?
Yes.
I feel like that's a whole mission and a half.
Yes.
Just to get to the competition.
Just to get to the national stage,
Right.
I'd say. So my first go at Illinois Collegiate America, I had to sign up for a pageant. It was in the midst of coming out of the pandemic, so I had a little bit of a different experience in that I sent videos of me walking on stage, but they give you, in a perfect situation, you get a smaller title, so that's where Des Plaines comes in. Obviously, I represent my hometown. And then,
Des Plaines.
Yup. And then DP.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly. But so I represent a smaller area, and then you compete for the state title, and that includes an interview, usually like 2 to 5 minutes in front of the judges, one-on-one, on one day, and then another day is preliminary competition where you walk on stage in your gown, and then you walk on stage again in your fun fashion. And then if you're lucky enough to make the top 5, you do an onstage question. And then all of those different parts of competition have different percentages, and then those who come out with the highest scores end up winning the crown.
Nice. Have you gotten a question that like got you, whether like you didn't know what way to answer it, or if it was a question that just came out of left field?
Okay.
What sticks with you?
Okay, you'll never believe this. You'll never believe this. So I'm at Nationals last summer, and it was probably the most confident I've ever felt going into an in-person one-on-one interview for a pageant. And I start, this is my little tip, don't use it, it's mine, no, I'm just kidding. But I go into the interview speaking Serbian and kind of get their attention, kind of bring to the fact that I'm bilingual. And the first question I get is, if you had $100 or $1,000 right now, what would you do? Easy, got that in the bag. I said,
Ja bi potrošila na piće i hranu.
Imagine that, imagine
kafane.
that. They would probably say you're out. If I said that, they'd say, nikad više, and then you leave.
Yeah.
But, so I answered that question, and then the second question I get was, well, also being from former Yugoslavia, I would like to know how you stay involved in your culture. And so I talk about, I'm like Serbian, da-da-da-da-da, I get so into it.
Did you mention folklore?
Of course. And that's on my paperwork too. There's paperwork.
Palmer Square.
Yeah. Palmer and then Leland, but that's fine.
Oh, you did Leland too?
Yeah, the last like 2 years, but
right.
OG Palmer for sure.
For sure.
And then she goes on to say, it just became very political in the interview room, and I was like,
damn.
oh my gosh, I don't know. And then, but it went well regardless, and it was a really great experience to be able to like talk about that in the interview room and talk about being Serbian. So that was something I was always prepared to talk about my culture because it's something I'm so proud of and feel like so close to heart about, but I usually bring it up first, and for them to like throw it at me first, I was like, whoa, this is cool, but again, handled it well.
So I do see here that you brought your crowns with, and what do these crowns mean to you?
So they're sparkling, they're beautiful, and they're great and fun to wear, but it really is the epitome of what you accomplished being a state title holder or a national title holder. I think having that crown is just like the absolute symbol of, oh, I did it, my hard work accomplished something, and I finally won what I was trying to win. So it just reminds me that my goals were accomplished, and I can do this, and I can keep doing this and for the rest of my goals.
It's not just about the crown and the sash. Now, what are all these contestants truly fighting for? What's a grand prize?
So, this system specifically, we win a Jeep to keep, a Jeep Wrangler to keep, which is really exciting.
Nice.
They give you lots of scholarship money, which is really nice. Depending on what school you go to, you could potentially get a full ride scholarship there, or they could just help out in other ways with scholarship money. They also prepare you for school, so you could get a new MacBook, set AirPods. You can also get a little shopping here and there. You get
Right, because looking this beautiful is expensive.
right, so true.
Right, that racks up.
Yeah, and then you also get to go on a trip with your sister queens. So if I were to win Collegiate America, there's also High School America, and there's Elementary America and Junior High School America. And so us three, the three older girls, get to go on a cool trip too.
Nice. So with winning the title of Miss Illinois Collegiate, I assume that you have like a whole modeling shoot and whole shebang, right? So when you win, what happens after that? What are your duties?
Paperwork, first off. They say, let me know you're in this for a while. And I say, I love this title so much. And I put my name down. But after that, they, like I said, kind of really focus on community service and academic excellence. And so I have to do 2 community service appearances each month. I have to do, and the great thing about it is I don't have to do it, but I want to do it.
Right.
And so being able to go to different appearances, opportunities like this, being able to share about the organization and kind of let people know how great it is and recruit them into following years as well.
Now, this picture right here, you're holding an award.
Yes.
Apart from you already being like the crown queen and all that stuff, so what's this about?
So this was at the national competition. There was about 54 other contestants because at this nationals, they include U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, Canada, just kind of like different parts of the Americas. And out of everyone there, I was granted the opportunity of earning the Spirit Award, which is always such a pleasure to hear because being a cheerleader, I just feel like spirit runs through my veins. So it just means that backstage during rehearsals, throughout the whole week, I was always bringing the spirit and just being the positive light. Even
Like
when,
jazzing up the joint, basically?
Yeah, because standing in those 6-inch heels, a lot of times girls are like, are we getting out of here? And I was like, we're just starting. So,
ready? Okay.
Literally. Literally. I'm
Bring
like,
in the cheer.
5, 6, 7, 8. And so it is really special to get one of those extra awards because that means staff, that means your peers were able to notice those things about you.
They don't take it for granted, right?
Right.
They give credit where credit is due.
Yes, sir.
Now, was this from this year's Miss Illinois Collegiate Pageant?
This is from the national competition in Little Rock, Arkansas. So this is after I already won the Illinois title and I was competing against Alabama, Connecticut, all of them, Puerto Rico, Canada. And
Canada?
Yeah, the Canada counts.
Oh, damn.
The Americas, Miss High School America, I'm not sure.
All right.
But Canada's there, Puerto Rico's there. And yeah, this is the evening gown portion. You feel so glamorous in that evening gown. And it's like the best gown I've ever had, so.
I would be so nervous not to trip, though.
Walking lessons, so you're wearing those heels.
All day, every day.
All day, every day, getting used to it. So your feet know what it feels like to be in pain so that when you get there, it's not as painful.
So I take it you have a lot of lidocaine spray at home.
Oh yeah, actually I'm so impressed you know what that is. We all have it.
What?
I feel like people don't usually think we put it on our feet, but we put it on our feet.
Let me tell you something, okay? Once upon a time, I went on vacation with a couple friends, right? And one of my friends had these like stiekle that looked uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It was like putting a slab of plywood underneath your foot and like wrapping it in some kind of rope. Basically, I heard someone spraying something from around the corner. I thought it was hairspray, and I'm going into the room. This chick was spraying her feet. I go, girl, what are you doing?
Yeah.
She goes, I'm spraying lidocaine. I go, why? She goes, because I know these shoes are gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Why'd you buy them?
Yeah. Well, beauty is pain.
Clearly, I was completely baffled by that. But
Yeah.
that's how I know about lidocaine, because she was literally spraying her feet numb.
Numb.
Yeah.
Numb.
It didn't work. It wore off.
It wears off.
Yeah.
And so then you hope you have like 3 minutes backstage to like do it again, and then you go out there and you're like, yeah. So act like it never happened.
So A, where do we even find these outfits? Second, how much does everything cost? Because it's not just the dress, it's the hair, the nails, the tan, the teeth, you know, the shoes.
Yeah.
That racks up.
Yeah. So a lot of times I have a sponsorship for like appearances and photo shoots. I work closely with a boutique called Peach's Boutique that sponsors.
Oh, I remember all the girls for prom go there.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do. And so that's how I kind of started with them, going shopping there for prom. And then they saw something in me, and they asked me to be an ambassador for them.
Nice.
And that's another like footstep into the door of how I got into pageantry, thanks to Peaches.
Can you talk more about coaching? What is involved in that?
So you can get coaching for your walking, you can get coaching for interview, you can get coaching for wardrobe, and you can have someone look over your paperwork. Nowadays, you can really get coaching from anywhere, anytime, due to Zoom. Before, I feel like you were just finding people in Illinois or having to fly out to people in southern states or northern states or wherever. But I've worked with coaches in Utah, I've worked with coaches in Missouri and Illinois. So
when you're Zooming with these people and like you're doing your walk, like what do they say? Like, do it again, honey.
Yes, they go like this. You put your computer and you're like walking, 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 walking. She's like, straighter, straighten your legs, walk faster, walk slower. And you're like, okay.
Like, fix your posture, Hunchback of Notre Dame. Like,
Yeah,
I feel like they're shady people.
Luckily, I've had the best coaches. They're not inherently shady, but they'll be like, your shoulders were, they'll just be back. They'll just tell you everything that you need to hear. But obviously everyone finds like different coaches that work best for them. And yeah, my coaches, I like them to just say it how it is.
Well, totally. No one wants a yes man to say like you're doing great when you're not.
Right, exactly.
Because this is some serious business.
Oh yeah, it is.
So evening gown round, is there a talent portion? Is that even a thing?
Some systems do have talent. I don't do systems with talent. Maybe if I still played the violin, or maybe if I like came up with a tumbling routine or something, I could do that. But I'm more so, I like the
like straightforward,
fun fashion, gown, interview, get to know me and who I am. And then you can see the talents after. I have a lot of talents. I don't need just one to define me.
Is this the fun fashion?
This is fun fashion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
Fun fact, the girl behind me, this is in the top 15, she ended up winning Miss Collegiate America.
Wow.
Yeah, she's
Nice.
great.
Well, we all wished it was you.
One day.
We talked a little bit about your volunteering, but I want to know what's happening in this photo.
Okay, so this was at the Taste of Des Plaines, and I kind of was going around volunteering at different booths and just volunteering at the event itself. And there was a whole like veterans row kind of. And so I sat with them. I got to hear a little bit about their experiences in the Vietnam War and what they go through. And they were really appreciative of seeing just the spirit of America go into pageantry. I know a lot of countries like Venezuela, the Philippines, they're so...
Oh, they're into
it.
Oh, yeah.
They are such icons in pageantry. But for these vets, like just seeing any sign of patriotism, they were excited to see. So I sat with them, spoke with them a little bit. But it was more so about going to booth and helping the volunteers be wherever I need to be.
Totally. And I'm sure they were excited to see a younger woman, because I'm sure it's been a long time. And I see that you were doing a food drive from what it looks like.
Yeah, I was able to collect some canned goods, some ramen. There's a couple guidelines for donating to the food drive. And again, in Des Plaines, a couple people helped me get some of that stuff and then just drop it off at the pantry. And then hopefully there's people that get helped with it.
So I see that you do story time with little kids. What's that all about?
So this goes back to an opportunity to share about Brave, the national platform. I bring in a book that obviously has an underlying story to it of we have to accept everyone, have respect and values for everyone. Obviously kids this age are so impressionable. Bullying obviously comes pretty soon up in their life after this, if not right now. And so just being able to kind of teach about anti-bullying is important obviously in every classroom. So that's why I do that. And of course it's always great to see those little kids they think I'm a princess when I go in there, and I'm like, guys,
Elsa!
Like, oh my gosh. One girl was like, she came up to me and she was like, are you rich? And I was like, no, sweetie, I'm rich with love and friendship. And
Ooh, that was a good answer.
She goes, well, those are diamonds, and mommy says if you have diamonds, you're rich. And I was like, well, sweetie, I'm rich with friends and love. That's where
Butting at line one.
Literally. And so, but when she came up to me and said that, I was like, oh, okay. But I worked it around really well.
Those coaching lessons really did the
so
trick.
So true. It's about reroute the conversation.
Because if you can get it right with the kid, I think you can get it right with the judges, right?
Yes. Those kids, they're always 5
say
steps
the
ahead.
darnest things.
Yeah, they do.
Serb pride. Now, I mean, you were Miss Ogledalo, you did folklore and all that stuff, but I love the fact that you don't shy away from who you are. And here's a picture of you wrapping the flag. Where was this at? I thought it was Vegas for a second, but I don't think
It
so.
was in Little Rock, Arkansas, when I was at Nationals. It was actually right after I lost. And we went to go get like celebratory dinner because I still placed in the top 15
Get it.
at the national level, which being a first timer on that stage, getting in the top 15 is like one of the biggest accomplishments.
Out of how many? Like 50 states?
54.
There's
Because of Puerto
4 more
Rico.
states?
Because of Puerto Rico.
Oh.
Like
Guam.
Guam was in
Oh,
there.
really?
Yeah, Guam's in there, yeah.
They go deep.
Yeah, they go deep.
Damn.
So my main goal was to just really show who I am and reach top 15. If I reached top 15, I would have been so happy and so proud of myself, and I did. So
Nice.
I definitely did not lose. Obviously, there's winners and there's losers, but I still am really glad of my performance that I did. But at the end, my tata obviously brought the flag because he's just as proud as being Serbian, obviously. And my mom then had the idea. She's like, take a picture. And kind of like I said earlier, I always bring that into the interview room. I always bring it into really much my daily life. All my friends say like her biggest personality trait is that she's Serbian.
Totally.
And so it's always great to represent Serbia to any capacity.
Yeah.
And I mean, on a national level where people are taking pictures and stuff like that, it's always so cool. So, yeah.
Now, no matter how glamorous of a life you might have here in America, your parents sure like to humble you and ship you off back to the homeland.
Yes, it's one of my favorite parts of summer. Obviously, my whole generation, everyone's generation, your baba and dada take you to Serbia and you go for the summer. And this was, I think, almost 2 summers ago now. And
Where's your family from?
Mom's side's from Prevešt and tata's side's from Dragovo, which are like small silos.
Right.
And this was Prevešt, where my dada grew up.
It's actually really beautiful.
It's so,
actually.
yeah. The
Picture
hills,
perfect, yeah.
The hills are like,
Very home goods painting.
so beautiful.
Totally. What is your favorite part about going back into the homeland?
My family.
Oh.
Everyone's so still over there. But also my like core memories are being able to just like run in the cello, go get ice cream, like do whatever, and not my mom helicoptering, being like, stay close. You know what I mean? Like I feel like in America, there's a lot more like.
Call me when you get there.
Literally, but when I'm over there, there's a bit more of like safety nets and like freedom, and I never felt like it was just you could just run around and be a kid. I feel like.
Yeah. So now that you have experience under your belt, you are going to teach me how to score some points with the judges on a fake competition that I created for the show called Izbor Za Mister. Stay tuned. All right.
You can do a little twirl, put a little twirl in the middle,
Okay.
a little twirl and walk.
All right. I got this.
You got it. Oh! Either.
And we're back with beauty queen Nikolina Vujcic. Now, what she's going to do right now is coach me to score some points with the judges for the fake competition Izbor Za Mister. But before we even start that, is there even a pageant for men?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't really know one. If there's no system that I'm aware of,
Oh, okay.
but it's right here right now. So.
Oh, good answer. See, the coaching worked. So, what is the first part of the pageant?
Usually, interview will be day 1 of when competition really starts. So.
All right, so hit me with your best questions.
Okay. Your first question. If you could solve one world issue, what would it be and how would you do it?
So the one problem in the world that I would like to solve is the extra cost for guac at Chipotle. I don't think it's fair. The prices do go up from time to time. And it's like I'm already paying $12 for this burrito bowl, and I don't appreciate charging me extra. And I don't appreciate you asking me, do you want guac? It costs extra. As the people that work at the Chipotle that I go to see me fairly often. So to solve that issue, I would make it for free.
Good job.
Yay! Now, clearly, That was more of like a
No, that
comedic
was
answer, but people say some serious stuff.
But also, people take the comedic route too because it shows character.
All right.
So, in my position, if I were to get asked that question, I usually go the more comedic route because it's quick to solve world hunger. However, does that really show who you are unless you have something really to back it up?
Right.
So I think that was great. You made eye contact with the audience. You were able to give a story to it. They usually say connect it with a story.
Okay.
And it was achievable. So by having a goal that's achievable means it's a goal you can do. So
Right. And isn't Chipotle owned by McDonald's? Like, they have enough money. I think they can make guacamole free.
this college budget needs
it.
free guac.
That's
all
right.
I'm saying.
All right. So the next portion of the pageant is what?
Usually it goes fun fashion walk and then evening gown walk. So now we shall teach you how to strut your stuff.
Let's do it. All right. So what do I need to do here?
Okay, so fun fashion walk is like fun, upbeat, on your toes, while evening gown walk is more elegant, slow, controlled.
All right. So show me the fun walk.
Okay.
I'll let you have your moment.
Okay,
All right.
this is my moment for fun fashion.
All right. Let's do it. All right.
That's fun fashion.
Okay. All right.
Okay. You can do a little twirl, put a little twirl in the middle,
Okay.
a little twirl and walk.
All right.
Yeah.
I got this.
You got it. Oh, oh, either one. That was great. That was
Nice.
really personality. They want
I'm
personality.
winning this. I already got it in the bag. I know
in the
it.
bag.
Yes.
In the bag.
All right.
Perfect.
Now.
Up next, evening gown.
All right.
More so slow, elegant.
All right.
Oh, my turn.
The floor is yours.
Okay. Slow, elegant.
What? You're not going? Oh.
You have to.
Oh, you got to go around town.
Because you're wearing a gown.
Oh, you want to give it a moment. Okay.
And then you walk off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Your turn. Ooh, that's good. Ooh. I taught him that. I taught him that. That was also good.
All right,
That
all right.
was also good.
So, is there anything else after the evening walk, or that's when like the judging happens?
Then they judge that. And then you made top 5. You made top 5.
No, I made
No,
top
you made
3.
top 5.
Let's not get it
You
twisted.
made top 5. This one has top 5. Then you make top 3.
Okay.
Then you have a on-stage question. First
Okay.
question was one-on-one. Now there's an on-stage question in front of everyone. Okay?
Oh.
So now you answer this again.
Okay.
If you could be any Serbian icon, who would you be and what would you eat for dinner?
I would be the iconic Luis because he dresses comfortably in his muumuus, or did at one point in time. So it does not matter how much or what he eats because he is always comfortable when he does it. Now, when it comes to the food, you know I'm a foodie. I would say, let's say some wops, you know, like the cevaps with the lepinje. Greased up, crunchy, not soggy, with a side of udnebet spread, kajmak, and some čočka salata.
Classically delicious.
That's right. Trademark that. Is that a cereal thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, copyright infringement.
Up next, now there's a time to learn about how to react when you win the crown.
Okay.
Okay. First off, you have to thank God. Second off, you have to thank your friends and family.
Okay.
Go up to them, hug them while you're crying
Okay.
and pointing up to the sky because you're so thankful because you couldn't have done it without God.
That's right.
And then you do your walk. You walk, you wave, you have to do the walk and wave.
Oh, okay.
Walk and wave. And then again, hug your parents on the bottom of the stage and then walk off.
That's a lot of steps.
It's a lot.
Man.
And really, really focus on the facial expression. And your next Izbor Za Mister is Srdjan! Oh my God! So good. How does it feel? How does it feel?
I feel like a winner, baby.
That's all. I know.
Thank you so much for coming by and coaching me on how to score points with the judges. But before you go, I have a gift for you.
Oh. I like gifts.
So you have your honorary Srdjan General show crown.
Yes.
And you have, since I didn't really know what title to give you because this is Izbor Za Mister, unless you want to tell us something, I don't know about that.
I like
But
this one.
I did Miss Vujcic.
Oh, I love
Yay!
it. Thank
All right,
you.
so
My crowning moment. I'm a winner now.
that's right. Well, we need to take that one off. All right. Yes.
My
Queen,
big head.
Literally.
Oh, the
All
double.
right. Yes.
My turn.
There we go. Have your moment. Yes.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So we'll catch you next time on another episode of the Srdjan General Show. See you soon. Bye.